my world is really old. It's like 5 years old. And sometimes I look around and I'm be like, oh, I built all of this back then. That was pretty cool. And then I look at all the builds and I'd be like, oh, that's not great. These aren't great. These custom like island things are not great. And then the worst offender of this is not actually this. This wasn't actually built by me. This was built like I think it was like one of my younger cousins. But anyways, the most egregious build here is this build right here. I called this Creeper Mountain, and this used to hide an old mob farm. And it's really ugly. You can see I was just getting into terraforming. It's very blocky. I was obsessed with leaves. Like back then, I just put leaves everywhere because I thought it just like it was a free way to add detail. And it's really, really ugly, and I want to fix it. And you might be thinking, Ultrock, is this an excuse so you don't have to do the flattening project? Yes. Anyways, let's quickly go into Freecam here. But this was my old mob farm. It still technically works. It's actually not doing as bad as I thought. Wow, there's actually a lot more mobs in there than I thought. Maybe this farm is great. But anyways, this is a very old school farm, and I'm gonna get rid of it. I'm not gonna get rid of the cobblestone. The cobblestone, that's history. But this exterior, yeah, no, I'm getting rid of that. I'm getting rid of that. And I think I'm gonna start using some better texturing, some more blocks other than dirt and stone and leaves. I'm gonna use moss, tough blocks, and maybe some andesite, and mostly stone. Like, let's be honest, I'm still gonna be using stone. I don't have no idea how to use gradients or anything like that. And fun fact, if you're wondering why the top is just completely gone, if you're a keen night viewer and realize that the top with like the little pond and the tree that's missing, I actually tried to record this clip before, and then I realized I was running out of disk space on my PC, went to delete a bunch of files, accidentally deleted the video file of like this first clip of the video, and so now that's why I have to do this all over again. So that's why this introduction feels a little bit rushed. But anyways, I am going to tear down the exterior of this mountain as our first task of the day. And let's time-lapse this. Let's quickly time-lapse this, see how it goes. Yeah, let's go. Alright, that went pretty well. So, I got rid of everything. I got rid of all the blocks, and now we're just left with the ugly cobblestone box. I find it so funny, because you can see, like, it kind of tells a story, because it's clear here that, like, I was running out of cobblestone. I was running out of cobblestone, so I was clearly just, like, grabbing wherever I could from the chest, and just using them as, like, walls and stuff. And then eventually, I probably just ran out and went back to just cobblestone. And a few bits here were my doing, like the grass into oak planks, because I didn't want any, I accidentally punched a few holes in there, and I wasn't happy about that. But yeah, it's pretty much done, and here's a slight problem that I realized about this build. It's my nether portal. It's so close to this build that, like, at best, like, we could, like, have the border, like, I should probably have it, like, stone. So, like, our border is just gonna be, like, along here. And that's not a lot of room. So, either we just make the mountain thing really, like, thin, or we move the entire nether portal, which is gonna be a pain. Because we got all of this, too. And it just won't be fun to move. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a copy of this world, and then with that, I'm just going to go into creative and try and figure out what to do. Or I could just, just wing it, I think winging it, I prefer, I don't want to copy a build block for block, so what I'm probably going to do is I'm just going to hop into a super flat world. I'm not going to make an entire copy of this, because unlike Bedrock, there's no button to make a copy unless I'm just dumb. But yeah, so let's quickly go into the creative world to see how to make this look much better, and make sure that we just don't have a big cobblestone box. This is the general idea I have. I quickly whipped this up in the creative world, and I think I really like it. Obviously, I think I'm gonna need some more andesite just spread throughout, but yeah, I think this is what I imagined initially what the mountain was gonna look like, but obviously I just wasn't as good at the game back then, and also I didn't realize how decorative moss could be. Because back then I wasn't really that good at building. Even now, like I kind of build with like the same 3 materials, I feel like. But I feel like this build, it's really good. I like this build quite a bit. The lime terracotta, I had some doubts about the lime terracotta, but I think it turned out really well if I use it sparingly. Like, it just adds a little bit more detail. I can't use it too much, but I feel like how I'm using it right now. It might be a bit overboard, but I quite like it. I think it looks quite good. And from the back here, so like I think what I'm gonna do to compensate for how low space we are is I'm just, instead of making the walls like 3 high like right here, I'm gonna make the walls 6 high each. So like this bottom one, it won't be, I think I will do 3 tall on the bottom, and then the rest will be 6 tall to try and compensate for the height, because I really don't know how much room we're gonna have, and hopefully not too much. I am willing to cut a little bit off the top of the mob farm, but I won't be happy with it. I won't be happy with it. But yeah, I think this is a general idea. I think we're just gonna wing it. I just need to understand what kind of palette I'll be using and what kind of pattern I'll be doing. But now that I know that what we're doing, you guys aren't doing anything. You guys aren't doing anything at all. You're just watching another person play a video game. Anyways, that's so hypocritical because all I watch is like YouTube Let's Plays. Anyways, let's just get onto this. We're just gonna have to collect all these blocks. The moss, I think I have a moss farm, and then the lime terracotta. I should be able to get that relatively easily. Thankfully, because of the last video, we just have so much stone right here that we can use. And I don't think I'm going to be using much of this stone for this project over here. It's mainly the dirt I don't want to get from, because we had to use so much dirt from to actually flatten it, and I still have to use a lot of dirt to actually finish making everything flat, because as you can see, there's just a whole bunch of gaps and stuff where technically everything's flat, but it's not really. So yeah, so let me just grab all this stone, and then we'll go on with the moss and andesite and lime terracotta. So really only 4 building materials, but I'm probably gonna need a lot of each. You guys probably don't recognize this area, but this was my little ice boat system to my spawn chunks. And back then it used to be all netherrack and gross, but I made it all look nice with nether warp blocks, which is actually a very nice building block. And I also added a train track so we can transport villagers to the spawn chunks. This is just something I did off camera. It was a lot of fun to do, but it's just not the type of project that's worth like doing on video or anything like that. Anyways, I guess I can just show you guys what I've been up to like off camera. But I added a storage system to the iron farm, and you might have noticed that there was a lot of iron in there, and that's because I added a whole other module to the iron farm. And this was actually such a pain in the butt. This took so long to do for no reason, because okay, so what I did, let's turn on Freecam mode. What I did is I added a conveyor belt to send all the iron to the main store system, but also I kept messing up the villagers. So like I would break something, a bunch of water would flow in, and the zombie would be pushed towards the villagers and kill them, so I had to replace villagers, and it was such a pain in the butt. It took like a whole day to do it, but now I got all of the iron I could ever want. Anyways, this cactus farm over here is where I'm going to be using to get all my green dye. It's not a very complicated design. It was a pain in the butt to make though, but you know what? It's okay. It does its job well. And over here is my moss farm, and hopefully there is some moss in here waiting for me. Oh. I guess I have to just use up the I guess I have to use up time. I have to just AFK here. That sucks. I really don't like AFKing, but you know what? It's no big deal. I will just turn this farm on. I'm pretty sure it's self-sustaining too. Let's see it in action. Hold on. Let's go up here and see it in action. Is it? Oh, there we go. It just took a while to start up. But yeah, now a bunch of moss blocks are going to be coming in. It's going to be great. It's going to be glorious. And so, yeah, I'm going to AFK here a little bit, and then we will get the lime, or was it lime? Yeah, lime terracotta. So we got a shulker and a bit of moss, which honestly, I think that's pretty good. And I don't know how much moss I'm going to be using, but I don't expect myself to be using that much. So I feel like a Shulkerbox in a bit will be more than enough. I also got a bunch of cactus in there waiting for me to smelt up. And so now it's just all about the terracotta. A lot of what happened next was on stream. I got all the terracotta, turned into green, and then started building the thing. And if you want to see more projects live and actually like talk to me and ask questions about the world, feel free to follow my Twitch. The link is in the description. But enough self-promoting. I have a problem. That problem is this corner right here. It's just... the walls are just too close to it, and I don't know what to do. Like, genuinely, because I don't want to just, like, to have to get rid of an entire chunk and expand it forward. And I also don't want to mine out that corner. So, I really am just stuck. Because, okay, so everything else is going well. I feel like the design it looks pretty good, at least better than what it was originally. And it's just that corner. If that corner wasn't a problem, I would literally be so happy. I would be up all night finishing it, but now I'm scared to build any further than this because of that corner. I don't know what to do. So I gave it some thought, and to be honest, like, I kind of want to keep this part of the mob farm just out of like history's sake, you know. Like I just don't want to like break any of these like internals. But I'm gonna be honest that like I'm not actually using this for like its intended purpose. Like, yeah, it is useful sometimes, but like if it's like 5% less efficient because like, or not even like 5%, but if it's like 50% less efficient just because I'm mining a huge chunk out of it, then it's really no big deal. I'm not going to set up an entire haste beacon for this, especially since some parts are just, some parts are just netherrack. So I'm going to be just quickly mining this out, and then I'll be back when it's all gone. Alright, so I got rid of that massive chunk of the mob spawner, and I also closed it off because I still want the thing to mostly work. Once again, it's not very efficient, but I do want to preserve some of its functionality because it is useful whenever I need a specific drop, and I don't actually get it. But anyways, I think this place is looking really good. My only problem is I don't exactly know how I'm going to do the top of it. Yeah, I actually have no idea how I'm gonna do the top of it. Oh well, that's a problem for another time. I'm gonna continue building up, and once we get to the top, I will talk about what I think I should do. Alright, so right now I'm gonna try my best to make the creeper face, because that's something I really liked from the original build, is that I had a giant creeper face in the middle. Well, not in the middle, but sort of built into the place. So I think it's like, I have it on my second monitor, but it's like this, bam, 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 bam. Oh, I forgot, I'm not in creative mode. I tested doing this in my creative mode, like literally 5 minutes ago. So it shouldn't be too difficult. It's just like this, and then like this, and that's pretty much a creeper face, I think. I think I just gotta, like, add a little bit of detail here. Make it actually look like a head. Alright, let's take a look, and hey, that's pretty good. It's a little bit derpy, I'm not gonna lie. It is a little bit derpy, but let's just take another quick look. I quite like that. I think that looks pretty good. Pretty good. Yeah, I don't really think there's anything else to change other than adding a little bit more detail. So I'm going to be adding some andesite and some moss, and we'll see how it turns out. Alright, we're in Freecam taking a quick peek, and I quite like that. It's a little bit derpy and a little bit chaotic, but I think I like it. I think it fits in well with the mountain. I just gotta make sure it flows naturally with the rest of the bits. Actually, I feel kind of stupid now. I feel like I should have actually, like, built the actual terrain first and then built the creeper face, but you know what? It's fine. It's fine. I think what I can do instead is just, like, bring the face... Oh, I'm covering up this. So, like, if I do... Oh, I'm gonna have to... Oh, this might be a little bit difficult. Ah! I fell. I've been doing that a lot recently. I wonder if my pinky finger's just gotten weaker, and I just can't hold shift as long. I'm losing my gamer instincts. Anyways, you know what? I don't need that lime. Actually, no, that lime terracotta is in fact needed. Let's go quickly grab one, and there we go. So I think that protrudes a lot better. I think it's gonna be easier to have the terrain naturally fold into the creeper phase. And so, yeah, I will update you guys on when I actually, you know, have the creeper face be more a more conclusive part. Is that conclusive? I'm gonna come back when I built the terrain around the creeper face. I should stop trying to use big words, man, because I realized I don't actually know what I'm talking about. Anyways, let's just keep on building. So I pretty much finished the base of the mountain, and I gotta say, it looks pretty good. I quite like it a lot. It's definitely not my best terraforming work. It definitely could use some work. I'm sure someone much better at building than me could use more gradients and stuff like that, but you know what? It's okay. I like it, and that's what matters. Unless this video absolutely bombs and all the comments are like, oh, this sucks. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna finish the top. So my idea for the top is that it's what I envision for this is that it's just a really big mossy boulder. Like that's all it really is. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna have like one bit of the pretty large portion of the top just be purely moss, in combination with the lime terracotta. Like I'm just gonna like scatter it out in between, but then the other side is just gonna be pure stone and andesite, but most of it's gonna be the moss because I do like lots of vegetation. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna time-lapse this because I don't see it taking too long, so let's go. I think I'm pretty much done. Some parts here look a little bit derpy, but I can very quickly just edit it like so. Just quickly do this, this, and there. Now, it looks a bit more natural, but I don't know. I think I like it. This top bit is a bit undetailed. I think I'm gonna have to do something about that. Yeah, not entirely sure what I'm gonna do about that. Actually, what if I had like a lot more moss just like overgrowing down this side, and then on the other side it was just more bare stone? Maybe. I'm not entirely sure. Let me know what you guys think, but overall I think it is an improvement from the old one. It is definitely an improvement. It's a lot less blocky, a lot more natural. I think it also gives more creeper vibes because there's just more green involved. Yeah, it's not the prettiest terraforming job, but there's still some pretty blocky areas over here that I'm not exactly happy with, but I'm not exactly sure how to fix it. But I think overall, it looks pretty good. It's just this top portion I'm just not the biggest fan of, and I don't exactly know how to fix it. If you guys have any suggestions, let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to fix it in the next episode. But honestly, I think that's about it. And guess what? I made this episode all in one day. Isn't that crazy? Most of the time, these videos take a really long time, but I think with these smaller builds, it only took me like one day. And the thing is, okay, so like, I edit at the same time while making the video. So like, I'll record a clip and then I'll put it into DaVinci Resolve, cut it down and everything like that. And then the second I'm done like recording a time lapse, I instantly go into the editing software, edit it all down. Yeah, but overall, I think this looks pretty good. I like it quite a bit. I think it definitely shows my improvement as a builder. Hopefully you guys like this video. I think the build turned out really well. If you have any suggestions, make sure to leave it down in the comments. And by the way, one of my viewers, Senor Fishy, really likes Jeff the Land Shark. And he's been asking me to put a picture of the character in one of my videos. So here you go, buddy. Here's the picture of Jeff the Land Shark. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time.